Okie dokie. What I'm going to be doing right now is going over the review packet with you. You want to have your review packet out, and you want to be doing this with me. If you get them right, great. Give yourself a tiny star. If you don't, make sure you're fixing them. Don't just watch the video and look at your answers that if they're incorrect. This is very similar to the test. So if you're not correcting your mistakes now, they will happen again on the test. So make sure you're correcting them along with me. Okay. First thing is the chart here. Love the chart. Gotta love the chart. We're starting with a percent. We need to find the fraction and the decimal. Well, we know percents are always out of 100. So the fraction is going to be 30 hundredths. And we're going to make sure to simplify this. Well, I wrote my 9 numbers on the bottom, as you can see here. So I'm going to think, what are the 9 numbers can I use to simplify? 1 won't work, 2 would work, but 4 would work, 4 wouldn't work, 5 would work, 10 would work, nothing above 10. So I'm going to pick 10. 10 works. That's the greatest common factor, the greatest number I can divide them by. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 100 divided by 10 is 10. So my decimal would be 30 hundredths or 3 tenths. You can write it either way. If you had 3 tenths, that's fine too. Okay, so that's the first one there. So make sure if you did not simplify, you need to simplify if you can. Okie dokie, let's check out this next one. Well, we only have a fraction here. It's very tiny. That's okay. We're missing everything else. So in order to make a percent, though, we cannot leave that out of 20. Percents are always out of 100. So to get it out of 100, we have to multiply by 5 on the top and bottom. 20 times 5 is 100, of course. 14 times 5. I'm going to just do it off to the side real quick. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 2 is 70. All right, now everything becomes a whole lot easier now that we have the percent, or out of 100, or the number out of 100. So this is going to be 70%. As a decimal, you'd be writing 70 hundredths. Same thing, it would be 7 tenths. You don't have to have both, you just have one. And then for the model, you'd be shading in. You can use a highlighter, of course. On the test, you'll be also able to use a highlighter. A highlighter 70, so that's 7 columns of 10, 7 tens. And there it is, 7 tens. Nice vibrant yellow. All right. So again, I hope these first 2 rows have gone well. Again, the key thing I think people might miss is the simplifying. This one you had to simplify. This one you had to change so it's out of 100, and then you can make the percent and decimal. So if you had 14% here, you got to change that because percents are out of 100, not out of 20. All right. Now, we are missing everything but the decimal. So I'm going to say the decimal, and that will actually give me a lot of information. 62 hundredths. That's the fraction as well. 62 hundredths. Well, 62 hundredths, or 62 out of 100, is 62%. Now I'm going back to the fraction because I'm thinking, can I simplify that? Can I simplify that? You bet. You bet we can. I think 2 would be the only number. I don't know if 4 goes into there. 4 doesn't go into 62, and the rest of them would not either. So we can divide by 2. 100 divided by 2 is 50. Half of 62. Well, half of 60 is 30, and half of 2 is 1, so 31. I think that's it. That's all we can do because 31 is prime. 31 is prime. All right. This one here we leave 62 hundredths. That's the decimal, no problem. Now we're going to fill in 62 of these little squares. 1. That's 6 tens, 2 ones. Booyah. All right. Nice. Last one. 3%. Very small percentage. 3%. So that means 3 out of 100. Now, I like this one here because you don't have to simplify it. None of the 9 numbers except for 1, which is not going to do anything. None of the 9 numbers can you divide by. So that's it. But we have to do the decimal. 3 hundredths. 3 hundredths Got to make sure to put it in the hundredths place. If you put it in the tens place, that's 3/10. You want 3/100ths, or 3 out of 100. All right, so that's that for the first page. That is that. We'll go to the next page in a moment. I'll just leave it here if you need to copy anything down. Okay, now I'm flipping. And I'm flipping. Okay. Now notice. I want you to notice I already have my 9 numbers up here. Got them. They're already there. So we're going to use percent proportion. Okay. And we're going to first check our numbers. Part of a whole equals percent of 100. This is the percentage of 575. Well, anything after the word of is the whole. We're trying to find a part of this number. So that's the whole. We have the percent, we have the whole. We're looking for the part. So we don't know the part, put a circle. We do know the whole, 575. Whoops. Again, if any part of this is so far incorrect, you want to make sure to fix it. Just because you want to fix your mistakes before you take the test. 28 out of 100. Now, if you get any of these wrong, one strategy you can do is like, if let's say you got this one wrong and you're fixing it now with me. If you want to practice it again, just cover your answer with your hand. Try it off to the side, maybe. Try it off over here. See if you get this right answer. You can raise your hand when you're done. Check it. If you get the right answer, again, you're practicing how to do it correctly. So that might be a good tip for you to try if you get any of these incorrect. Because, of course, there'll be similar problems on the test. Now, I want to divide 28 and 100. Let's see what I can divide by. Dividing by 1 won't do anything. Dividing by 2, that'll get us to, we want to get somehow to get to 575. If we divide by 2, we'll get to 50. I don't think we can get from 50 to 575. We could divide by 4, because you can do 28 divided by 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25. And I'm feeling we can get from 25, which is like a quarter, to 575. So let's divide by 4. That might be the only number of the 9 numbers that will work. 28 divided by 4 is 7. 100 divided by 4 is 25. And then now we can get from 25 to 575. And if you didn't know how to do that, what you could do, we're trying to see what we have to multiply by. We can put 575, I'm just going to do it right off to the side here, 575 in the dividend end. And we can divide by 25. 25 goes into 5 no times. 25 goes into 57 twice. 2 times 25 is 50. Whoop, the lights went out. 57 minus 50 is 7. Bring down the 5. Just going to turn the lights on. There we go. And then 25 goes into 75. It's like quarters 3 times, of course. 3 times 25 is 75. You get 0. Okay, so that means we're going to multiply by 23. We're going to multiply by 23. So I'm going back to the problem. Multiply by 23. Multiply by 23. Now, if we didn't know what 7 times 23 was, of course, we can do it off to the side. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 2 is 161. There it is. That one was a little tricky, okay? But whenever you see like a number like that ends in a 75 or a 25 or a 50, you can always get there using a 25, okay? So that might be a helpful hint for you there. So again, our answer is already circled because that's where we had the part. Very nice. All right. I hope you got that one right. Number 10, what number is 15% of 40? Well, I already wrote my percent proportion. It's right there. Now I'm going to check my numbers. Well, I know this is the percent. And I see that word of again. Any number after the of is the whole. We're trying to find what the part of 40. So 40 is the whole. We're trying to find the part. So I do not know the part. I do know the whole is 40. The 15 is the percent, believe it or not, out of 100. Now again, oh boy, we cannot get from 100 to 40. Well, what can we divide 15 and 100 by? 1 wouldn't work, 2 wouldn't work, 4 wouldn't work, 5 might work. I think that might be it. I think 5 is it. 10 wouldn't work, and anything above that is greater than 15, so we'll divide by 5. Let's see what we get. 100 divided by 5, that's like nickels. There's 20 nickels in a dollar. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Oh, now we can get easily from 20 to 40, multiplying by 2. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Now this number is kind of low, but we're only finding 15%, which is a lower percentage. So that's why, if you got a 15% on a quiz that was 40 points, you'd only get 6 points. So, I mean, that's a low score, so you get a low number of points. So hopefully that never happens to you. All right. Let's try this next one here. We got James mixing a batch of Kool-Aid that needs to be 88% sugar. After mixing the batch, James has 50 total ounces of Kool-Aid. How many ounces of sugar? Got my percent proportion. If you don't have it, make sure you have it. We have the percent. That's the percent. After mixing the batch, James has 50 total ounces. That is the total ounces of Kool-Aid. That would be the whole. We're looking for the part that is sugar. Okay, 88% sugar seems like a extreme amount. All right, so we're missing the part again. So you seem to be missing the part a lot. 50 is the whole. 88 out of 100. All right, well, I'm feeling pretty good about this because we can get right from 100 to 50 by dividing by 2. 88 divided by 2, if you didn't know it by heart, you can put it, or by memory, you can put it in the dividend and divide it, but it would be 44. If you cut 88 in half, it would be 44. So that means there's 44 ounces of sugar, which out of 50, 44 ounces of sugar, that seems like it might be an extreme amount. So it'd be like a pile of sugar and you're just dumping like just a little bit of water on it. I'm not sure if that Kool-Aid's going to be a word would be palatable or able to able to drink it, So that percentage is a bit much. All right. Next page. Oh, we can use percent proportion again. All right, make sure you got your percent proportion there. All right. So I'm gonna write my 9 numbers up here just because might need them. You never know when those 9 numbers are gonna come in handy. All right, Nike Elite socks are regularly $20 a pair. You have a 30% off coupon for Olympia Sports. What discount will you receive on the socks? All right, so we got the $20. That is the regular price. So that is the whole. That's the regular or the original price. That's the whole. 30%, of course, is the pro. Now we're looking for the part. We don't have the part. That's the discount. That's what we're looking for. So the part, don't know it. The whole is 20. The percent is 30 out of 100. Can we get from 100 to 20 in one step? We can. You could divide by, well, there's 20 nickels in a dollar. A nickel's worth 5. Divide by 5. 30 divided by 5, 6. So it's a $6 discount on the socks. Nice. Next question. Easiest question on the whole test. Don't overthink this one. Using your answer from number 12, how much would you pay for the socks after the discount? All right, well, the socks were $20. And then you got a $6 discount. So you're just going to subtract 6. You probably do this in your head. 10 minus 6 is 4. 1 minus nothing is 14. So you would pay $14 for the socks. Don't overthink that one. All right, here we go. Last page. Here it is. Jamie has $10 toward the fish tank she wants to purchase. If this is 20% of the total, what is the total cost? All right, now, this $10, it says it's towards the fish tank. We're trying to find the total. So I'm thinking this is the part. This is not the whole price. She's putting that money toward the fish tank. That's the part. The 20%, well, believe it or not, that's the percent. You may use the percent proportion. Oh, let's use percent proportion. There it is. I already wrote it down. Make sure you have that down as well. The part is 10. The whole, we don't know. The percent is this one. These last few have been kind of simple here. We can get right from 20 to 10. No problem. By dividing by 2, 100 divided by 2 is 50. So 50 is the total cost of the tank. The tank costs $50. Nice. Okay. So again, all these percent proportion problems, you set them up the same. You write the formula. You think about your numbers. Think about what you have. Set it up. Make sure your answer is circled. Now the last one. Here we go. Whole times the percent equals the part. We'll just make sure we have the whole in percent. Well, there's the percent, obviously. 38% of, so 250 would be the whole because it's of. We're finding the part of this number. All right, so the whole is 250 times 38% as a decimal is 38 hundredths equals the part. Okay, so off to the side, I'm going to do 250, put that on top, times 38 hundredths. See what it is. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 5, 40. 8 times 2, 20, plus 4. I'm sorry, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Stepped ahead of myself. I'm going to cross out that 8. Placeholder 0, of course. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 2 plus 7 is 9. Now, even if you did percent proportion for that, you'd still get 95. But you were able to use percent proportion because that 250 is pretty easy to work with. If you divide 38 and 100 by 2, you can get to 50, then get to 250. But this is another method you can use if you have the percent and the whole. So this might come up on the test for perhaps the last question. Whole times percent equals part. And there you have it. All right, so remember, if you missed any of these, make sure you corrected them. If you have to go back and correct it, do that. Make sure to cover, one strategy, cover them up. Try it again if you got it wrong. Make sure you get the right answer. You want to be practicing good habits before the test next time I see you. If you have any questions about the test or anything else, feel free to let me know. If not, I will see you soon. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.